Hello there, BookTube. My name is Daniel. Welcome back to my channel, Guilty Feet. I don't know if I can ever go without watermelon sugar. I've got no rhythm. Been a while, sorry, life. I'm going to combine two mini book hauls because books are great. So first off are two books that I bought during the Waterstones half-price Christmas sale. So I actually ordered these on Christmas Day in the UK when they put a whole load of books, not everything, but a whole load of books, primarily fiction, I think, although maybe there was some non-fiction in there, on sale for half cover price. Those are hardbacks. I've done in the last few years, I've been in London over the holiday period, and so I've actually gone live into shops and bought them, but I've also ordered stuff online. This time I just ordered a couple of books and actually had them shipped from Waterstones to me in Israel, and it only took a month, which was pretty good. I had to pay for shipping, which ate into that sales price a little bit. But what was amazing when I went to pay, I saw that one of the ways you could pay was with book tokens, and I had in my wallet a one of those. It's like a plastic credit card, which was a book token that my late uncle, had given to my late father for one of his birthdays. My father's been dead 10 years now, so I've had this in my wallet. My uncle has also passed away about 8.5 years ago, coming up for 9 years. So I've had this in my wallet, I think, and there was like £6.50 left on it. And so what was great was I was able to use a present that my uncle had bought for my father that I inherited, and use that last bit of book voucher for this purchase. That was kind of fun. So I actually originally ordered 3 books, and one of them was taking a long time to come, and then I saw that Amazon was doing it already in paperback and half price in paperback. So I called Waterstones and they cancelled that part of the order, and I just got the 2 books which came, say, in a month from London, which is pretty good. One of them I'm reading right now, and that is All Fours by Miranda July. I've read one other Miranda July book. It was a collection of short stories, which was kind of quirky, odd. This, I'm halfway through this right now, loving it. I may not be the target audience for a book about perimenopausal women, but it's funny. I'm enjoying it so far. I'll do a full review when I'm done with it. The other book that I ordered from Amazon in hardback and paid half price for was Ali Smith's Glyph, which I'm really for. I've been reading Ali Smith, pretty much everything she wrote for the last however many years, certainly since the Four Seasons Quartet, and I've read some books before that, but since then, anyway, the lovely naked hardbacks with this cutout cover, hello, and really looking for, it's just a funny size and just a lovely object to hold in my hands. So that's great. Those are the 2 books that I bought from Waterstones, and then I have 4 more books here that I ordered last week. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law, my wife's sister and her husband, are visiting at the moment. We're going to be spending the weekend with them at my parents-in-law, and they very kindly agreed to bring some books for me. So I very quickly ordered some. I also ordered one of these. 1 second. They also bought me a brand new pair of fur-lined Crocs, so Croc slippers, to keep me warm because it's cold. The floors get cold here because all these buildings here in the Middle East are sort of made of concrete blocks. They're designed to keep the heat out, which is good for the summer, but the winters get cold. The floors are cold, even though we have sort of fake parquet on the floor here. But so I'm really excited about these fur-lined Crocs. Anyway, the books that I ordered were as follows. 3 in translation, actually, just by chance, and 1 not. So the first is Alvaro Enrique, You Dreamed of Empires, which is historical fiction about the Aztecs, I believe, translated from the Spanish by Natasha Wimmer. And this was, I think, in the New York Times top 10 books of 2024. This is one of the 5 fiction books. I've read something else by Alvaro Enrique. I read Sudden Death a few years ago. This goes like 2017. I got this, and I remember when I got this book, I'd ordered. This is obviously an ex library copy that I must have ordered, and it came. Sent it to my sisters, and the dogs took lumps out of it. So look at that. All that damage is one of my sister's beagles. maybe Indy, R.I.P., may she rest in peace, or it could have been Molly. But either one of those beagles just took a liking to Enrique's last book. So I've got this. Now, I said his name. I believe that the accent over the A means it should be Alvaro, rather Alvaro, but I could be completely wrong about that. Anyway, I'm terrible with names. But I heard great things about this. It's kind of historical fiction, I guess, in an era that I'm not that interested in, but it's supposed to be a great book, so I'm looking forward to that. Next book is, I think was also on the list. Yeah, I think it was also on the list, but this was was it on the New York Times list or something similar? Maybe on the New York Times list, but from non-fiction. And this is called Cold Crematorium, attributed to Josef Debreceni. And this is translated by, it must be translated from Hungarian and also by Paul Olcsváry, who I believe also died last year. This is a book that was originally published in Hungarian in about 1947. It's also got a foreword by Jonathan Friedland and an afterword by the nephew of Joseph Debreceni, which was a pen name. I say originally published in Hungarian in 1947. It took till 2023-24 to be translated into English. So this is a contemporaneous post World War II account of this author's time in Auschwitz. Had great reviews. This is published now by Vintage Classics, which are, they're lovely objects. So a nice, clean feel to it, and the writing is nice and sharp. And so I'm looking forward to getting into this. I don't read a lot of Holocaust literature. What does it say on the back here? It says something which caught my eye. It said somewhere I saw a mention. Here on the front, the Times says, a literary diamond, Holocaust memoir worthy of Primo Levi. I've read a fair bit of Primo Levi, even though I don't read a lot of Holocaust literature. So, as it says at the back, for many years, this powerful classic of Holocaust literature was forgotten. Published in Hungarian in 1950. Supposed to be terrific. It had a great review, I think, in the New York Times, and so I thought I'd pick it up. Next is also a book in translation, translated from the German. This is called A Simple Innovation by Yael Inokai. This is translated from the German by Marielle Sutherland. And I don't remember why I wanted to read this, but I think it was partly because it was relatively short, so under 200 pages. A simple intervention. If you know about it, let me know, but I'll give it a go. And the last book, and the book I'm kind of most concerned about reading, not in translation, actually written in English. This is The Gates of Gaza by Emir Tibbon, who is an Israeli journalist. He wrote for Haaretz for many years, and this is his true story. He lived with his family on Kibbutz Nachal Oz, and was there on October 7th, 2023, when it was attacked. Many of the kibbutznikim were murdered, some were kidnapped, and this is his story. He was there with his family, called his father and said, "They're here." That's the opening chapter. It's called "They're Here," and this is the account. And also, I believe Tibbon is on the left of the political spectrum. Probably we'll see how aligned I am with him. And so this is going to be reportage of somebody who actually lived through October 7th. But I think he also looks at life on the border with Gaza and what it meant to live on Nahal Oz, what it means in the time subsequently where he's been a refugee. And I believe now, since the book was published, his family decided they're not going back to Nahal Oz, they're going to go to live on another kibbutz. But I understand that he's going to look at what the whole situation means on a larger perspective, rather than just being a memoir of his time under attack by a terrorist organization, which has divided the world in some ways, and strangely garnered sympathy for the terrorists and war criminals who carried out rapes and murders. but we'll see where he goes. I'm kind of dreading it, but it's supposed to be terrifically written. That's The Gates of Gaza by Amir Tubon, written in English, let's say. So that is my book haul for now. I will at some point get and do some reviews of some of the books I read. I read Enter Ghost by Isabel Hamed. I read Creation Lake by what's her face, Rachel Kushner, and some other stuff as well, some Kinsey Malone detective stuff, and some comic books and all the usual stuff. I'll get around to it eventually. In the meantime, I hope you're all well. Enjoy your reading. Take care. God bless. Bye.